Okay, good evening, guys. Oh, hang on, not in the party yet. Just a second. There we go. Right, good evening, guys. Welcome to Friday Night with Hilly. And we're here, of course, for PRF1, and it's full qualifying 50% race at Qatar, Lusail in Qatar. Um, Evening, Gooner. I think you're racing tonight, aren't you? Didn't I see your name pop up somewhere as a reserve tonight? Are you, aren't you? I can't see your name. Maybe not. Oh yeah, there you are. I thought I did. There we go. Yeah, so a track which is brand new to the game this year, and I think I can safely say it's quickly becoming a favourite between the drivers in this game. It's in fact, me and Gunnar drove this last night, and it's just a brilliant track. Did we drive this last night, Gunnar, or am I getting completely confused? We drove it Wednesday night, didn't we? In fact, me, Spreader, Greza, so Gunnar didn't actually. Greza, Spreader, um, one or two of the others perhaps, did drive this on Wednesday night. Where did we drive last night? I know, yeah, I did on Wednesday. Where did we drive last night? I've completely forgotten. Um, oh god, that's completely gone. I don't remember. I don't remember. Um, yeah, Schooner is here, Fatal. Imola, that's it. Well done, Gunnar. Thank you. Oh my god, it was 24 hours ago. Um, no, I'm getting on, guys. My memory's starting to go. That's what it is. Um, yeah, it was Imola last night. Of course it was. I despise Imola. You did. You ran out of fuel, Gunnar. You ran out of fuel. Not enough to let me catch you, but I got spun round at the start into turn one and two. Ended up 10 seconds behind the next car. Had to catch all back up. Anyway, that was Imola. Qatar was a completely different story on Wednesday. It was the first race of the new season, of the new division the new division in WAOF1 that I am running, and I have to say, what a success it was. It was a fantastic race from start to finish. Two safety cars totally deserving safety cars from two instants. Um, Nothing majorly wrong. Nothing majorly went wrong in the race. It's just the quality on show was unbelievable. Such a sweaty race. It's unreal. The pace of the top guys and not just the top guys. When I say top guys, it was like the top 15 or something. It was ridiculous how fast everybody was. But the side by side competitiveness as well was outstanding. But in a way, that's enough of that. I was just excited about my new division. That's all. That's enough of that. Anyway, we are here for PRF1 tonight. So, if you've been following PRF1, you will know the championship is ridiculously close between Axel, Kamarov, and Shrek. They are the guys that are vying for the driver's title this season. And obviously with those guys at the top, their teams are also in the constructors' battle as well. So no real shock. Obviously, it's full qualifying, guys. So remember, Q1 we will lose 5 drivers. Same in Q2, and then it's a top 10 shootout. Let's just get. Have I got all details up? I think I have, haven't I? Yeah, I think I have. Oh, hang on, I've got mini map open. I don't mini map. Can't see what's going on. Right, okay, who's out first then? Oh, what a shock, it's Kamarov. Now, going by the races I've done here recently, you can probably expect a low 120 to be pole tonight. Not completely out of the realms of possibility that we could see a 119, but a high 119, but I think it's most likely to be a low 120 for pole. But this is, of course, Q1, so this is about the guys battling a bit further down the order, trying to get through to Q2. The top guys in this session usually just do the one lap and then retire out because they'll know basically if it's going Good enough. Do you lost P2? Yes, you did. Do you do polls on Friday nights? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Stay away from the leaders this week. So, looking down, obviously I've been doing the polls for quite a few weeks now, and so I'm got to try and remember who I have and haven't done it with. So looking down the order. I have done Gumbo, I'm sure I have. Davis, I think I've done as well. So, well, I'll tell you what, both Red Bulls are here again, and I gave them a bit of stick last week after the race, so, for not performing the way they should be. So, will we have, it's going to be a, yeah, let's do a race prediction. So, manage prediction, start prediction, and let's go. Will both Red Bulls finish? So that's the race. So finish the race in the top 10. There you go. So will both Red Bulls finish in the top 10? As always, it's a simple yes or no decision. And I can give the full 30 minutes, guys, is obviously full qualifying, we've got plenty of time. So there you go. Have a good and easy money to Schooner. We'll see. Sergeant Kamarov, in a way, just coming down to the last corner. I missed his whole lap, basically. But at least the prediction's done and going. Oh, when a Mert was getting out of the way like that. Just there. It's Axel, must have been. 21-3 then for Sergeant Kamarov to get us underway. That should be good enough for Q1, quite comfortably I would have thought. That was the Alpha of Dystopian who's invalidated his first run. The slow Mercedes then was Axel. He's going to have to do another outlap because obviously the way he was moving out the way for Kamarov was going to ruin his lap. So here comes Franz Piper in the other Haas. DRS open. Deploy used. So that will affect his lap time. 123.8. Vice has done a 22.4. 24.4 from Fatal. Roger just started a lap. Axel's on another out lap effectively. So yeah, let's go to not Dystopian, Dark Lord. Go to the onboard view to give you guys a good view of the track. Evening, Big D. Good luck tonight, man. Good performance behind this incredible track. It's fast, furious, this track. It's unrelenting. Just track limits are a real problem here. Very easy because of the nature of the corners. You're very fast on the exits here. Slow and fast out, remember, for Formula 1 is the key. And so because you're so fast on the exits, you're pushing the limits all the time, using the curves. So obviously in turn that makes it very easy to invalidate. That Lord comes down to the final corner. Opens up the steering and gets on the power, opens DRS. Long time till you reach the line here. Feels like an age. And 123.4 for Dark Lord then. McLaren. Yo. Davis also like that. I think Davis might be further around. Let's just go to. He is. ZA, he's in the Aston. Some unknown reason, because A is out on hard tyres. That's interesting. Here comes Davis then. First lap of the day for Red Bull. And it's P3 at the moment, 22.9. KZA on those hard tyres for whatever reason. Heads down the straight. 124.1. I don't think that's going to be good enough. So essentially put wear on those tyres for no real good reason. Theo across the line 22.5. Goes P3. He was having a little moment off track. I assume he's just getting out somebody's way. Yep. Appears to be. We've got anybody on a lap then. Dre, I think, is back round. Axel went back to the pits, by the way, so he didn't get set a lap. So he's put a bit of wear on those mediums. We wouldn't have put much on them. 2 or 3%, I'd imagine. Great. Good on his lap. Now 2 fast right-handers. No lifting. There should be no lifting in quali. Yeah, hear it. So you do lose some revs while you go around the corners, but he wouldn't have lifted there. That would have just been flat out. So what happened ahead of us there? There seems to be a little bit of teleporting going on. PRS open. Head down the line. Who's on an outlap? We've got to be close to some outlap. So 122.5 in away from Dre, puts him P3 for the moment. That's Theo on an in lap. This case of A, he's coming in. That Davis, then no, that's Robbo. Right, Robbo on an outlap, so let's do the hilly hot lap with Robbo. Let's see the final corner, ready to start the lap. Already gearing up to the lap before the final corner. Power down on the straight, DRS open. Just line with the highest speed you can. And you head down to turn 1, should be taken in 5th. Usually. Yeah, you should see 5th. Open up the steering, get on the power as soon as you possibly can. Take the car over to the right, ready to turn in for turn 2. And again, get on the power as soon as you can. Keep the car right, despite the next one being a right-hander. Just drifts the car to the left on the exit to set you up for the next corners, which is this double right-hander. Just a slight lift in the second part of that, as you could hear. And then down to 3rd for the slowest corner on the track. We head now to right-hander. Similar corner, but nowhere near as acute. So open up the steering, get on the power, flat out through the right-hander. Then go down to 4th for the left, open up steering, get on the power, so important there. That's how you carry the speed through to the flat out right-handers. 1, 2 and 3 of these. Even the 3rd is flat out. So slight lift it sounded like to me there from Robbo. So it's only Q1. Then 6th for the left-hander, and then we head down to the final corner, which I'd take in 5th. As you can see, Robbo does as well. I think some people will take that one in 4th. Open up the steering, get on the power, DRS open. See the deploy used. The way to get over that is just to turn your ERS off in that sector 2, just for a short amount, because it's more valuable to you on the pit straight. But it's 22.3 from Robbo, put him into P3, drops to 4th as Gunnar's crossed the line and gone P3 on a 21.8. Nice, aggressive looking from Gunnar. Nobody else, but Spreader's just coming through the final corner. I said him and Greza. I mentioned Greza, he's not actually on track tonight, but Spreader definitely with some recent experience of this track from Wednesday night, so you know what he's doing. His 4th should help him a lot with his strategy as well. It is pretty much a one-stop medium hard or hard medium, whichever way you want to go. There's not really much you can do otherwise. The softs don't really work around here. Big D 22.1 from Big D on his first run goes P6. That will see him through quite comfortably. So as we begin to look down now, 6 minutes 40 on the clock. And Dark Mark is on an out lap. So I'll look for his first run of the evening. And in good form recently, Dark Mark. I mean, maybe not reaching the heights of the podium that he so often did on F1 22 and 21, but still picks the odd one up, I think, on this game. It's a very competitive driver on the grid, without a doubt. A fantastic commentator too. If you haven't heard him, he does commentate every Thursday night. Look him up and give him a follow on Twitch. He's a brilliant commentator. Just the limits there on that second right-hander. So he just would have lost a bit of speed going onto the straight part there. It's in the small straight, so it wasn't too much, but it was a bit wide on the left-hander, which would have affected his exit speed. Strong, a good lap so far, I think, is how I describe this. So it's an unrelenting, unforgiving circuit. So it only takes, it's one of those tracks. One little mistake and you're gone. So thank goodness there are some good runoff areas, so you don't necessarily hit a wall if you do make a mistake, but. Very easy to spin here. Again, depot used. 23.091 from Dark Martinez puts in 14th. Certainly not safe. And, Franz and KZA are on out laps, and they are the only other two cars out on track. Other than Dark Marcus, Robbo retires. You got Gouda and Robbo have retired so far. They feel they've done enough, and I would completely agree with them. I think, certainly, I don't think that actually below Robbo, I don't think any of those guys can sit absolutely, feel absolutely safe on the times they've done. I think Vice maybe. Vice might be alright actually, but let's say this, Vice, Dre and Theo are probably alright, but from Scott and P11 down, it's all to play for certain. He's across the line ready for another lap with Franz this time. KZA is ahead of us on track actually. Is he? Yeah, he is. He's ahead of us on track in the Aston. He, if you remember, he did a lap on hards earlier in the session. No one Jürgen was getting through, so he's back out on the softs. So far, everybody has gone yes on the prediction. Have some doubters. It would have been no the last 2 weeks, so before that I can't remember. So to be fair, it's taken some bad luck for them not to both be in the top 10 at the end of the last 2 races, but it's the case. And just do this. Sets a 2 split and he's around 8.5 tenths, which will puts him slightly into the 22s, so he's looking around about Davis at the moment. He's P13. But, final set just looked decent as well. Fatal's left the session. Oh dear, Fatal, that's horrible timing. Sorry for interrupting the end of the lap there, guys, but I wanted to try and get Fatal in as quick as he can, so he might still have a chance of getting out in time, but it's horrible timing for him. Franz anyway went P11 on a 22.6, just behind Vice, Trey and Theo. Get down to one of the Red Bulls. KZA on his softs only went 23.0, so he's only gone to P15 now. It's not an ideal track at all for having to do a second run on the same set of tyres, but he's going to have to do that. If he's got the fuel, that's what he's going to have to try, because he's just simply not got enough time. Let's bring this. Interested to see how much he gains here. This lap has felt very much like Davis is driving at 90% of what he can. And look how early in the straight the deploy was used up, but he does go 22.3 and into P7, half a tenth ahead of Robbo. Right, turning their ERS off in sector 2, that's the best place to do it. Don't do it long, you just literally turn it off for 2 seconds, I'd say, would be enough. Here's one of the other guys challenging to try and get through. Fatal is now on an outlap. Well, there's an Alpha coming up to the final corner, and hope, well, even if that is him, I'm not sure if he's going to make it. It's going to be tight. Keep an eye on it. He's not made it. I'm pretty sure he's not. No, he didn't make it. Just missed it by... I don't even think that was a second that he's missed the line by, so Fatal's not going to get the chance to complete another lap. It's such an unfortunately timed dropping out the session for Fatal there. 22.8 from Gumba leaves him in P14. Teammate Marcus on a lap, but let's go to Atkins. He's coming out the final corner. One of the Alphas just jumps up. Dystopians jumps up to P9. 22.4. Here comes Atkins. 22.5 moves him into 14th. That knocks Gumba out. Now it's just one more driver to complete their lap, and the driver at risk at the moment is Franz Piper. One Haas at the top of the pile, P1 at the moment, and you've got the other Haas is in trouble. Start mark heads to the line. 22.7 moves him in. No, stays P. He did improve his time, but he stayed P16. So Franz Piper is safe and through to Q2. Yeah, I saw Fatal. You got kicked, so I sent you an invite as quick as I could. But yeah, I reckon I was watching you on the map. But you must have missed the line. You must have missed it by less than a second. But there we go then. Axel, as it's becoming a bit of a tradition through Q1 on the medium tyre. May come to regret that in the race. There is a chance that you might use 2 sets of mediums here. It's unlikely, but there is a chance. But just to confirm then, we lose Dark Mark, Gumba, KZA, Fatal Defiance, and Dark Lord at the end of Q1. Unlucky Fatal. I didn't quite get to the race director for the instance, but there we go. How can you spend harder channel points this week? On the prediction, mate. So the prediction is: will both Red Bulls finish in the top 10? Yes or no? So that is the race, by the way. Just to confirm, that is the race. Not qualified. It doesn't give you it gives you like, I think it's 46 characters you get to write in that little thing for your questions. You don't get much room. There's 12 minutes remaining. So those 10 channel points that somebody's put on no, that is such a small amount compared to the yes that it's still registering as 100% on yes, even though there is actually 10 points on no. That is, well, should we name and shame? Here we go. Right, on the yes we have Fatal Defiance with 15,010. Big D 3,000 on yes, and Gooner's gone with a measly 550. The no's, oh, somebody else has put on no's now. So Gunther Fox Smash My Door is put up 450 on no. Revotes was the 10 on no. Cheeky 10. There we do it then, guys. That's how we're going so far, but plenty of time left to put some more on, just to have a little bit of fun, really. So anyway, let's get to the lead driver, who... Oh, hang on, just want to be on tyres there, get rid of all that. It's an Aston Martin this time by the looks of it. Somebody beat Cammy onto track. Oh, Gunnar, you're going to be in trouble. I think it's kind of unwritten that Kamarov goes out first in qualifying, mate. I don't think you're allowed to go out first ahead of him. So here comes Gunnar then through the final corner. And we're straight back into the action for Q2. About 13 minutes of nail biting some of these guys. We're around a fourth for turn one. Let's turn two nicely. And then say keep the car right going into free. It's really strange doing that, keeping the car to the right hand side when you go into a right hand corner, because every fibre of your being tells you that you're supposed to widen the angle into the entry of a corner, but you just don't do it on that one. It's not needed. So take the path of least resistance instead. That was nice. Looking good. He's kept the car stable, and it's the only thing I thought really is he's had a few. He has throughout the lap. He's had a few little wobbles here, Gunnar, but nothing major at all. I don't think he'd have lost a huge amount of time. Unfortunately, without Clem, I don't have the app on a Friday without Clem, so he's done a 121.9. I don't know if that's on a used set or fresh set. I think it might be used, you know. Kamarov 121.4 immediately after. 22.6 from Scott, 22.8 from Atkins. Axel goes fastest, 120.9. We know that's a fresh set from Atkins, from Axel, sorry. So here is the two Red Bulls together on track. Look behind, we see Davis just coming out that corner. Robbo over the line, 22.5 from him. Davis immediately follows with a 22. Can you believe it? 11 thousandths of a second between them. They are so well suited, those two. Big D across the line goes P5, 22.3. Who else have we got? Dre. Fair enough, don't Mark. Why not? Friday night after all. Oh, Dre takes to the pit lane and Franz Piper has invalidated. So let's go to Vice. At the moment, the guys at the top, so Axel, Kamarov, Gunnar, in fact, Shrek, they are very well, in my opinion, they're sandbagging. Those times are not impressive at all, really. So here's only Q2, so it's not as if they need to set the world alight. I think certainly Gunnar won't be retiring on a 21.9. That is, he's going to put a fresh set on and go again on that without a doubt. I don't think Kamarov can retire on the 21.4, quite frankly. His Vice crosses line, 21.9, goes P4, only just behind Gunnar, 44 thousandths. And Vice is now the only man left out on track. Time for coffee and playing track for the race. Yeah, absolutely fatal. It's there's a lot of strategy you can do here. It is a one-stop medium hard or hard medium. There's not really any scope to use the softs, so it's kind of which way do you go. I sort of pushing quite hard on his in-lap. I expect he's just using it as a bit of practice. Now he slows down. Is he out of fuel? I think the young man's run out of fuel. Penalty if we run out of fuel. Splattering engine. Right, who is this? This is Gunnar. He's back out again. As he's Franz back out on track, and Shrek is now out on track as well. Definitely. I think Axel is the only one that can say he's safe here. But the thing is, we know Axel used fresh softs. He only used mediums in Q1, so he definitely used fresh softs to do his time. It's absolutely feasible that everybody else has used worn tyres for their first runs, so... Oh wow, Fatal. Okay, you know this track well at the moment. It's a wonderful track. I love it. It's a fantastic track. It is unrelenting. Tenth up for sets of one for Gunnar. To hairpin. Odd sort of hairpin. It doesn't really feel like a hairpin when you're actually driving round that, but if you look at the shape of it on the track map, it definitely is one. Half tenths up through sector 2. There's a purple sector in sector 2 as well. I can neither confirm or deny that one. So Gunnar heads to the line. It's going to be a much improved lap, I'm sure. Yeah, nearly half a second. So P2. 21.470. He goes ahead of Cammy by 6 thousandths. I still think that's a bit iffy, you know. Well, we'll see. We'll see. P10 at the moment is on a 22.5. And just crossing the line to start another lap, so... I like the first few corners. Robbo. It's the end of sector 1 and 3. Yeah, not surprised. 3.5 temps up just in sector 1. It did look nice, I have to say. Flat out. Just listen for this one. I think that was flat. The RS opens now. And again, deploy user so far before the line. It's losing a lot of time. 21.6 from Robert, who's P5 for the moment. That's Spread on an outlap, and Shrek going into the pits. It is. He's gone P4, so he's up where he needs to be. Shrek. He's got his name up with the other two championship challengers. Obviously, still Q2. He's got to be doing that in Q3, obviously, but. So who will be next to cross line? It will be Spread. Who will be next? Who will be next? Who will be next? It will be Spread. He's McLaren. He does so love the McLaren, the spreader. I'm blaming my favourite team as well. I don't even know why it's my favourite team. I've literally no idea why. I've just always liked McLaren. I don't have a strong reason for favouring them over anybody else, quite frankly. But there we go. Once again, just like I said with Robbo, it looked very good. In the first few corners, that looked pacey. Quite a strong lift in the second of the two right-handers, though. Still, it's tidy. Sorry, I didn't look up when the crossed the line is set to 1, so I didn't see the split time. Did sound like a tiny lift to me at the time. Good through the left-hander. It's all good. Final corner. Just look how early in the straight his deploy is used, and usually the reason for that is he was earlier than we saw Robbo being used on the deploy, and I think the reason for that is the difference in downforce. I would suggest that Spreader's running a higher downforce. Hands on right lap. Who's Dre? He's on a hot lap. Oh, he's 4/10 up, sets 1. Thanks, Gunnar. Yeah, it looked good. I'm convinced that your time was going to be enough, Gunnar. I thought you may have needed to go out again, but it's looking like it's going to do comfortably. Dre is not doing a competitive time at all, and he is only... Well, Dre's in trouble. He ain't got the energy, really, as Davis has jumped up to P8. Well, who else have we got? Who's this? This is Big D. He's not improving. He may make the line, actually, for another go, though. In fact, he will make the line. Oh, the Stopian is round. And that will be his exit from Q2. Confirmed. The checkered flag comes out now. The two Williams close on track. Scott's is way up. Atkins I didn't get a split time for it. He's on target to go into the top 10. I think he's on target to get ahead of Davis. 122.0 goes, yeah, goes P8 just ahead of Davis. And Atkins and the other Williams has gone P10. Is it going to be a Williams day? Theo is improving. 377 would put him... Oh! He's ran wide on the final corner. And that is that for Theo. Is there anything Big D can do? Have both Williams made Q3, or is Big D going to spoil the party? He's going to spoil the party. He goes P8 and knocks out Atkins. Scott makes it through. Atkins just misses out. But a top 10 from Scott for one of the Williams, and the other one in P11 is not bad at all. And look, they even have a little bumming session on track. Look, there you go. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. They're having a little kiss. That's what it was, a little kiss. Right. Okay, so just confirm Axel goes through as fastest, but it's a set. Don't these aren't actual times, guys. These guys are sandbagging. There's no. They should be a lot closer to the 120s, and probably Kamarov should be in the 120s. So yeah, those guys are sandbagging. I can tell you that now. Anyway, Atkins, Theo, Dystopian, Dre, and Franz Piper we lose at the end of Q2. Going through to the top 10 shootout, then we obviously have Axel, Gunnar, Kamarov, Shrek, Master Spread, Robbo, Vice, Big D, Scott, and Davis. Incidents, nothing to speak about. It's all just exceeded track limits or crossing the white line on pit lane exit, that sort of thing. Super close. Spam on my warm-up. Too close. I'm assuming that means spam, unless you had some spam on your warm-up, but I'm not a fan of spam. Never have been. My dad likes spam. Not a fan. I think Kamarov got through on scrubs. Yeah, I think he was on scrubs. I agree. I'm going to take that 119 off the table though, guys. I was probably being a bit optimistic with thinking somebody might do a 119. That's an exceptionally quick lap, if they do. But I do think we should see at least a mid 120. I still think we might see a low one. But sorry, I'm sat on a guy in the pits rather than Kamarov, who has taken his rightful place at the front of the line, coming out the pits. It's not right when he's not first out. So, well, if the question on the prediction was, will both Red Bulls make the top 10 in qualifying, then I'd be paying you out. But unfortunately, that wasn't the question. It was for the race. So, prediction has timed out, by the way. So, just have a little look. Oh, it stayed as it was. So, 18.6 thousand. And 98% of the votes say yes. Both Red Bulls will finish inside the top 10. Only 460 channel points and 2% of the votes say no. They will not. The last 2 weeks in a row, the no's would have had it. The no's would have had it. That was a politics joke. That was actually a politics joke. Just saying. Here we go then, Kamarov across the line to start the first flying lap of Q3. Very nice, very tidy. It's tidy, but you can see him. It's definitely attacking, which you'd expect for Q3, of course. So absolutely no sign of a lift there whatsoever. It's a very good lap, I have to say. It's a very good lap. Yeah, these DRS. We head down straight. People used, and it's 120.7, the fastest we've seen so far today. Here is Scott, 22.3. 21.4 for Shrek, 22.8 for Big D, 22.6 for Vice. Axel, here he comes. It's 120.713, 19 thousandths of a second ahead of Kamarov. Here is Robbo. Massive space the next behind us on track, but he's some way back. Davis has only just crossed the line to start a lap, so go 121.7 from Robbo, puts in P5. Spreader just through the right-handers into the penultimate corner, heads down to the final corner now. To the line, it's 21.6 from Spreader, goes P5. Davis through the second split, 54.3 through there. Ooh. Just judge the first of the flat right-handers. When he comes to the pits, personally I just finished it. It hasn't invalidated him. I'd finish the lap just so you got a delta for your next run. You're only going to get one in anyway, so there you go. Goes P9, 22.6. Doesn't manage to go ahead of Big D, but both those guys will improve massively on those times. So everybody will be heading for the pits then. Just coming up to 6 minutes left. I don't think we're going to see too many coming out early. Everybody's put a time on the board, so you can probably expect them all to come out quite late in the session. So we might have a minute or two here where we don't have anyone on the track. Evening, Hig Priest. Sorry you couldn't get on, mate. Sorry to hear what happened with your PlayStation. But, you know, what can I say? Buy an Xbox. The old PlayStation versus Xbox thing. Right, so Davis into the pits as well. No sign of anybody leaving just yet. It's just a Red Bull garage waiting for Davis to come in. Why do they put a little like skateboard underneath them? It's a car. It's got wheels on it. They don't do that in real life, do they? I've never noticed that before. Oh, I see. Yeah, if the wheels were on the ground, they wouldn't be able to get the tyre warmers on, would they? Yeah, that's a fair point. You must do it then, I guess. Hilly, hello. Sauce Baby Ruse. Hello, hello, hello. So we're just waiting for the first car to come out for their final run. Is everybody going to come out the last moment? It might come out a little bit early, you know, because just in case they invalidate on their first attempt, they got enough time to do a second one. I expect a couple of cars to do that. We like looking at the pits. Let's look at the pits together. There's someone. That's a Red Bull. That's Davis. He was last in. He's first out. And that is because he's doing what I suggested, I think. You have time to do that now. I don't know. But yeah, probably just about. In fact, in that situation, he probably timed that perfectly. Actually, I think he's the only car that will get a chance if he invalidates the first run. I believe to get round again to do another run. I don't think anybody else has come out early enough. Gunnar is out on track, as is Kamarov. But yeah, I don't think they've come out early enough to do that. So Kamarov and Axel spreading themselves out quite nicely for us. That would be nice. Yeah, Axel's just on his way now. So he's going to come out behind Robbo and in front of Spreader. But news, everybody is coming out again. Nobody's remaining in the pits. Nobody's sort of settling for anything. Here we go then. Davis. What can he do? So traditionally, the Red Bulls always qualify together. So he has to go either P5 or P7, I think. Yes, Robbo may improve as well, so some right-handers that really been set to 1 and made 800s. Set to 1 alone. Nicely with the left-hander. Flat rights, that first one of the flat rights where he made a mistake on the previous run. Oh. Quite right enough, the third of the flat rights, but it wasn't bad, so yeah, it's going to be a good improvement in a way. We know this. It's more used. 22-0 from Davis puts him P7, just behind Robbo. Gunnar will be next. He's a quarter of a second up through set to 2. Yellow flag. Ooh, now that yellow flag was where Kamarov was. I think that was Kamarov. So Gunnar, sorry, 21-2 from Gunnar. Asleep there. Scott has invalidated. Kamarov is into the pits. Here is Robbo, quarter of a second up. Oh, Robbo, you'll have to forgive me. You can go to Axel. Oh, Axel's invalidated. Robbo improves to P5 on a 21-4. Master spread improving. He's going to go. I would say 6th. Big D moves up to P6. Well done, Big D. At the death. And Davis cruising into the pits now. And that is it. That is Q3. That is qualifying. And it's pole position for Axel. Can you believe it? The top two guys both mess up the final runs. And look at Shrek. He's got himself into P3. So we have the three championship leaders are the top three in qualifying at Qatar. You couldn't place that better, really. So it's going to be Axel pole, Kamarov P2, Shrek P3, Gunnar in 4, Robbo 5, Big D 6, Spreader 7, Davis 8, Vice in 9, Scott P10. Well done, Vice and Scott making the Q3 as well. Fantastic job, guys, and very nice qualifying. If you sort of take away Axel and Kamarov, the you know, it's pretty darn close. So, and I'm confident that Davis, Vice, and Scott all have a lot more than that in them as well. So they could have made it closer, but it's it sets us up for a very good race, I think. Just quickly do the race director again. No incidents, just little warnings here and there. Speed in the pit lane or exceeding track limits, which you always get in qualifying. So there we have it, guys. That is qualifying. Congratulations to Axel on the pole position once again. But I think it's going to be interesting for the race, guys. It's, as I said, it's fast and frantic around here. It's completely unrelenting, unforgiving track, and it takes it out of you as well. I can tell you that much. Those guys in the rigs will feel this one. 100% race, they definitely feel it, but 50% race, they'll feel it. But anyway, guys, as always, we do take a quick break before the race starts, so about 5 minutes. I assume we'll be going around about 29 past. So I'm just going to take a couple of minutes myself just to make myself a coffee, and I'll be back in a moment. See you then. Right, hello guys. Sorry, it took a bit longer than expected, but oh, Axel misses his box. That'll be music's Cameron's ears. Right, quickly, let's get the tyres up. Mixture of medium and hards all the way down the grid. Nobody is trying the softs at all, and I think the majority of drivers on the mediums, I think that is to cover off. All lights on, out they go, and away we go as we watch on board with Gunnar. Oh, look at this battle going on. It's tight. Oh, Spreader almost got sandwiched. Almost got sandwiched between Big D and Robbo. It's good racing at the start, guys. Oh, somebody is round. Somebody is round. It's Theo and Atkins. And there's some debris. Oh, so one of the Williams has been called up. And it looks to me, well, I can't see any damage on the Alpine. So that means the Williams... I can't see any damage on the Williams. Is there someone else out there missing an end plate? There is. There is. It's the Alfa Romeo. It's Fatal Defiance is missing an end plate. Straight. Mixed up. But let's get back up to the front. Here we see Axel still leading. Kamropi 2. Shrek in 3. Gunnar 4. No change in the top 5 at all, in fact. Spreader's up 1. Vice is up 2 to P7. Well done, lad. And Davis, where he started in 8, Scott up 1 to 9. Big D's actually dropped 4. So that's where I said Big D. I think that might then have been Vice. I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't say that for definite. Something might happen to Big D since it's dropped him down. I don't know. But, into the pits then are the Dark Mark and Fatal. So they both must have picked up some sort of damage. Can I just quickly say a massive thank you to Wigpeast. Thank you ever so much for the gifted tier 1 sub that you've given to Darren Pimlots 1997. And as you can see on the little thing there, it's your 11th subscriber. So thank you ever so much, Wigpeast. It's very, very kind of you. As Dark Lord gets himself past Goomba. Remember, starting from the back, Dark Lord, and he's up to P13 now, if he can make that stick, which he does. Looks like Dre's having a gander as well, but Goomba holds on to P14. Up 3 places himself, Goomba, so start for him. Possible race strategies, medium soft, forget that. It's hard medium or medium hard, guys. You won't be seeing any medium soft going on. Not around here. It's hard on tyres. It's not actually that bad on fuel. It's not great on fuel. It's not bad. It's somewhere in the middle. But at the moment, Axel and Kamarov, front 2, they are not able to lose Shrek at the moment. So the top 3 championship boys very much fighting here. And they are all on around about the same amount of ERS as well, interestingly. So Axel not even looking like he's trying really to... I mean, he's definitely trying, guys. I'm not suggesting he's not trying when leading this race. But I was going to say he's not looking to me like he's even trying to break the DRS to the cars behind. Oh, and a little... I forget what you call those. Big beast, I forgot what you call them. A little gifted, the bits, that's it. That's what I was trying to think of, bits. Thank you very much. It's always welcome when anybody like yourself, Big Piece, do that sort of thing for me. It just allows me to pay the electric, to be honest with you. No, it's not just that. It gets me the odd little thing that allows me to improve the standard of streams as well. So it's enabled me to improve my internet over the time that I've been doing this. It's enabled me to buy a proper microphone, which unfortunately I can't use yet, but yeah, all sorts of things. So thank you very much. Any money I do get from the Twitch, guys, it goes back into what I'm doing. I don't just pocket it and say thank you very much. I put it into the streaming itself as Kamarov takes the lead off of Axel. But to be honest, guys, I think you might just see a lot of that going on between these three. Certainly the front two. To be quite honest, Shrek might just turn around and say, "Well, I'll just sit here, lads. I won't actually get involved. I'll just sit on the back of you." So, just to mention, sorry, I'm concentrating on that, guys, but there is a huge battle going on here from P4 Robbo, who's got ahead of Gunnar at the moment, down to... Actually, I'm trying to find a second gap between these guys. We go all the way down. Big D in P10 is on the back of this. Then there's a bit of a gap to Dystopian. But otherwise, all very, very tight as Gumba's had to pit. And he's going to find himself with the leader coming onto the straight as he's exiting the straight, so he just needs to be a bit careful, Gumba. An error which might lead to another pit stop could find himself a lap down. He won't want that, so... As we see, nice little overtake there from Big D on Scott. So yeah, I think these two just dropping back a bit from the group. So perhaps Big D, well, if Scott drops out to 1 second, it gave Big D the opportunity with the DRS, and he's taking advantage of that. He wants to get back onto the back of the pack, of course. If he doesn't, then Scott presumably will have the same opportunity back at the end of this lap. To know exactly where to look at the moment. As it is, Axel was retaking the lead. Camera off and Shrek on 100% energy. Still on 80%, so they've got a tiny little advantage in that area at the moment, those two. It's not a track you've really gained any back on. It's it takes the energy quite heavily, does Qatar. As look at this, Kamarov at the inside, almost looked like Shrek wanted to get involved that time. Well, honestly, Shrek to me, he seems quite fine where he is. Doesn't feel to me like he needs to try and force anything at the moment. Robbo would want him to. Robbo's gaining, by the way. Robbo is gaining on the top three. Like, look at that. That is Robbo. Just over a second away from them. Now, if he gets into that 1 second, he's also going to drag Gunnar and Master Spread into that group as well. And look, he is. Robbo is flying. Sorry, I've forgotten to put us back to the tyres, guys. But as you can see, Robbo's on the mediums, the same as the guys ahead of him. So it's not a tyre advantage thing. Robbo's got pace. And in fact, he's just dropped Gunnar out of the 1 second. This could be a chance. Look behind, here comes Master Spread. Up the inside. Gunnar's going along very nicely though. He may have just lost the place and dropped the sixth. But remember, he's doing his hard stint first, so he wants to be on the medium tyre later. The medium tyre is the best race tyre around this track, so he's going to sort of take the idea that he's going to go take the advantage later in the race, as is Big D. Although Big D, to be fair, with Ferrari's being so close, they may have decided to split strategy rather than going on the same strat. So in a way, that looks like they're just pulling away a bit from Gunnar. Say, Robbo's still trying. He's just not able to get back in that 1 second, and but he's right there with him. There's no doubt about that. We're on board with Axel. He doesn't look like he's going to get a run this time. Or is he? Suddenly he gains a load of time towards the end of the straight. Goes side by side once more. And Kamarov holds in behind. 3 seconds for Franz. A few penalties, Franz, Theo and Dystopian, the 3 guys with pens at the moment. Very easy to pick up pens around here, so I wouldn't be shocked, guys, if that is a lot more later in the race. Not a track that not a track that normally sees a lot of safety cars, so I'm not really, I'm honest with you, I'm not sure as I say this, but I'm not expecting one at all. So we shall see. Franz is into the pit, and that is a new front wing. So clearly there is little incidents happening elsewhere, but not enough to cause any sort of safety car or anything like that. This is Dre on the back of KZA, and they have Dark Lord in tow as well. He's having a good race so far, Dark Lord. He's up 6 places. On board with Dre for this one. You would think, should be pretty simple. Oh, Big D's left a session. Quick. Invited Big D. Hopefully he gets back in quickly. Scott's managed to take advantage of that and gets ahead. So if he gets back quickly, Big D, he's got a 5-second gap to the next car, so. But in a way, Dre did get the move done and finds himself now in P12. Another driver that started on the hard, so he's looking for his advantage later in the race. We are at the point, by the way, so not massively surprising to see Dre getting past KZA. We are at the point where the guys who started on the hards will now be starting to feel a slight benefit now, as by 1 or 2 laps maybe after the medium tyres pit, the guys that are now on hards have pretty much got the best tyres until the end of this race. So say bar 1 or 2 laps maybe, but between pit stops. The spreader gets ahead of Robbo. Scott gets ahead of Davis. I like this Scott. Scott's looking racy. He's got 30% energy. You can see other people's lights flashing. Doesn't mean he's got to rush into using his. So yeah, Scott's looking racy tonight. Enjoying this. And down back. That previous battle we were looking at, Dark Lord's gotten past KZA, but he has picked up a penalty as well. Big D did. Is he back? Yeah, he is. Okay. Excellent. Right, where should we go? Back up to the top maybe. See how these guys are getting on. As you can see, look at them looking after their energy. I mean, even Axel, he's still on 71%. I mean, he's not, you know, he may be 20% lower than the others, but he's still on 70%. It's not, you know, he's not struggling there at all. Cammy makes his way through. Is Shrek going? Oh, I thought he was going to get a chance, but he just hit the corner. wonder what's going through Shrek's mind on in terms of pit stops. How he could try to undercut these guys a bit earlier to get ahead of them, but he's tried that in previous races sometimes, and he's been unlucky when a safety car's come out after he's pitted or something like that. But it's the obvious way to get in front of these guys, but it's holding them off after when they've got 1 or 2 lap fresher tyres than he has. So answers on a postcard. I'm not really too sure. Would he be better served actually losing a bit of time to them by staying out an extra lap to them to have fresher tyres on them later in the race? Maybe even switching strategies altogether. Would he be better off trying to... Well, no, actually starting on mediums. I was going to suggest go to softs, but no, he's started on the mediums. He definitely doesn't want to go to softs. The reason as well why P3 can often look to undercut is because obviously being behind these two, he can see whether they enter the pits or not, so he can make that judgment call whether to come in. As he watches once again as Axel this time retakes the lead. So that Robbo and Spreader are battling in exactly the same way. Robbo's gotten past. And look at Gunnar now on those hard tyres. As I say, they're in a better position now than the mediums. They'll be better tyres. They will be a little bit quicker. Gunnar obviously not in a better position because he's got a time penalty, but Havoc. We see Vice here, who's now onto the back of Davis, who has dropped out of the 1 second to Scott. Oh, that looks suspiciously like he might be getting back into the 1 second to me. Well, he did, but Scott managed to come out of the corner a lot faster, so fast as he got into the 1 second, he lost it again. Whether this will result in an opportunity for Vice this lap or not. You enjoy seeing the red flashing light on the car at this point of the lap as well. Quite an odd place. Oh, he's into the pits, Davis. I wonder if that's because he was so low on energy, he decided this was not a good thing. As Spread also pits. Spread in onto the hards. Lap 12 in. As these guys have got to do 18 laps on the hard tyres. There are the only 2 to pit this lap, so presumably Robbo will react because he wants to react to Spreader. I wonder if the reason why Spreader is pitted early is because I wonder if he's actually more thinking about Gunnar than Robbo. And what I mean by that is Gunnar obviously wants to be doing at least 15 laps, ideally, on the hard tyres before switching to do 14 on the medium. So by switching a little bit earlier, he gets more laps to try and undercut Gunnar. No, I wonder if that was what he was thinking more than what he was doing. Robbo, as the leaders come in. Right, now then. So, Shrek is trying the opposite way round to what he has in previous weeks. So, in previous weeks, he's pitted just before these guys. This week, he's going the opposite way round. So, he's pitting after. Robbo has stayed out. So, he's not reacted to Spreader as Vice leaves the session. Where is he? Where is he? Invite sent Vice. He's in the pits. In all fairness, that could have been worse for Vice. He's back in. Gumba's now left the session. They're starting to drop like flies. What's going on? Always try and get people back in when they drop out, guys, as fast as I can. But yeah, it's intriguing, this. Shrek on the opposite strategy to those ahead of him. Well, not an opposite strategy, sorry. He's on the same strategy, but he's just gone for the opposite of what he's tried in the past. Nothing silly. Did he get that stopped? He did. Yep. He did. And Robbo stays out again. Robbo wants the fresher tyres. There is another advantage, of course, of staying out longer. The longer you stay out, the more people pit behind you or around you, and the less likelihood of you coming out, or there's a higher likelihood of them coming out in traffic somewhere. But look at what this undercut's done. Spreader is on the back of Kamarov. Yeah, look, Dart. Oh, I thought he was just going to let Spread through, but I think he had to take the corner ultimately. Oh, they have a bit of contact, the two McLarens. Through does go Spread in a way. Suddenly finds himself on the back of Kamarov. What's an undercut? But in amongst having to get through there, Axel has pulled away from Kamarov, and Kamarov's got to try and get on the back of him. He's now got the other Mercedes between him and Axel. Axel's teammate Dre is on, well, he could become a Perez here. Although, to be fair, Kamarov really slow in the final corner there. There's no way Dre can fight him. The move's done. So I don't know if Cammy might be a bit upset about that, but we shall see. In a way, lots of time left to go yet. So. Right, what happens to Shrek then? So he pitted. He's behind Spreader. Can you believe he's trying the opposite way, and it seems like it's gone completely wrong. Doing that, he just can't get a break, Shrek. It seems like. When he pits early, a safety car comes out after he pits. When he pits late, he gets undercut to high heaven. But next week you just follow him in. In comes Dre. He's done his job. Now he just will go to the medium tyre and will look to enjoy the rest of this race, I should think, and see how high he can get up. He's going to drop down to 13th, I believe. Oh no, Dark Lord's in behind him, so 12. He should come out in 12th. No, scratch that. He will come out in 12th. So, should see an Aston appear on your right-hand side. So he's going to get ahead of the Aston, but the McLaren's not. So, yeah, I guess Dre can go out and enjoy this. He's got such clear air in front of him now that he can go and set a fastest lap, I guess. Why not? Might hold to the end for the extra point. That's why Axel's getting close to Big D now, who's not pitted yet. And in comes Robbo from the lead. So I believe he's going to drop down somewhere near his teammate. Davis is in P8. It's hard to know exactly. It's a lot because they're the first team Red Bull. It's gonna be a long old pit exit this one. So yeah, I think he's gonna probably come out just behind Davis. Oh, do you know what? Yeah, he is just behind Davis. There you go. So he's gone to softs. Oh, Robbo. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how he gets on, but the experience of softs around here is they don't really do more than about 5 laps before they're dead. So we'll see how he gets on in a way. His Big D looks like he doesn't particularly fancy getting in the way of the championship battle. It's 17 lap old hards. I'd imagine he's going to be coming in quite possibly the end of this lap, actually. But look at Shrek. He's 3.6 seconds. He's, well, yeah, he's 4.5 seconds off of Kamarov and staying out 1 lap longer. He just, as I said earlier on, he just can't catch a break. He really can't. As in comes Big D, as we were probably expecting. Robbo at the moment has not made any inroads into his teammate, but he'll do. Big D, by the way, I think will be coming out behind his teammate, so he's going to come out P12, I believe. Smash that again. He will come out P12. I'm getting quite good at this, you know, judging where they're going to come out. Look at this. Oh, that's the wrong Ferrari. Well, it is actually the right Ferrari, because obviously battles rather than people let us in the bits. But here we go. Look, he's going to come out. P11. Hey, how'd that work out? Oh, because it's, yeah, Vice went up to P10. We've got a spinner. We've got a spinner. Dark Lord has had a spin on the penultimate corner. And he's right by the pit lane, so he's going to go straight in. That's a shame. That is a shame. He was having a decent race tonight, Dark Lord. He only just made his stop. Oh, lordy, lordy. So, Shrek's taken a second out of the front too, so... Suddenly, they ain't all got a load of energy anymore, look. 13% Axel, 19% Kamarov, 32% Shrek. Don't just have a load of energy anymore. So, oh, Gumba's had to pit as well. Maybe he saw the front runners coming and just thought, I'll get out of the way. Oh, no, well, no, actually, he'd done 16 laps on his medium tyres, so he would have needed to pit, to be fair to him. Now then, Big D went to the mediums, so Robbo went to the softs despite pitting a lap earlier than Big D. Big D still felt he needed to go to the mediums. I would say Big D was right, but we'll see how Robbo goes. He is now ahead of Davis, but he's got 6.5 seconds to catch up on Spreader. Oh, we got a safety car. Dark Mark is gone. Where has he gone? Oh, it's just right. Okay. If I show you where Franz is, he was just over there. That's usually play. Well, where Kamarov is coming up to, somewhere around here, he's managed to retire and cause the safety car. I'm not quite sure he's managed that. Perhaps it was the beers he bought at the office. So we do have a safety car now. Gumba. Actually, sorry, not Gumba, but Dark Lord. Well, he wants you two to pit. They've got to pit. Surely they will pit. I don't know what Camarov's doing. Surely they will pit. Yeah. Yes, they're in. Right, go, Dark Lord. Dark Lord can unlap himself. And where is Gumba? Oh, Franz. He's going to get away with this, Franz, but Franz pitted ahead of the leaders. Yes, well, look, I'm going to be honest, Franz. You're really lucky that none of them stayed out. Because if any of those guys stayed out, you'd be a lap down now. Goomba, he's got a Delta. Oh, it's so annoying. He's a lap car and he's got a Delta. And look, he's gonna split them. He's gonna split them. That is unreal. He's ended up splitting Shrek and Kamarov. Shrek has somehow come out ahead of Kamarov. I don't know how. Did Kamarov fall asleep during the pit stop? Not only has Kamarov lost the place during that pit stop, he's lost 2 places. He was in front of Axel. Did he serve 5 seconds? I didn't notice him have 5 seconds, but perhaps he did. Any chance that Shrek and Axel might notice that they've got a lap car behind them? And even if they did, will they would even consider letting that lap car past when... what Goomba's doing, I've done this before in the past. I'm trying to say to the guy ahead, look, I'm a lap car, let me through. Kamarov thought there for a moment that that's what Goomba was doing off track, trying to let him through. But that's not what he was doing. He's just run off track because he's trying to move about. He's trying to get Shrek and Axel to notice him and move off the track to let him through. Obviously, we were going to be a little while on this safety car because we saw Dark Lord unlap himself. He's just made a pit stop. So he's got miles to go until he catches. Axel just took out a load of brake boards. Ah, he's going off track. There we go. There we go. Right, they have noticed that Goomba's been given a 5-second penalty. Now the game tells him to go. Look, now the chances of him getting back round is very unlikely, but he'll give it a go. He's going to be driving now like it's race laps. Fair, Dark Lord's still got a long way to go. He's driving really slowly. Dark Lord, you need to speed up. This safety car will not wait for you. Brands is pushing so hard, he's just picked himself up a 3-second penalty. Fatal knows as well, look, he's not hanging about, he's getting on with it. I understand why Dark Lord's not pushing. He's pitted to fresh softs. He doesn't want to take anything out of them, but ultimately, you need to get onto the back of the safety car. This safety car might come in at the end of this lap. At the very most, it'll go one more. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if it comes in the end of this lap, guys. So let's just have a little rundown. We got Axel. Oh, that was the wrong. I didn't mean to go on to that. Damn. Axel leads after starting pole. Shrek is up 1 then to P2. Kamarov, I don't know what happened to allow him to drop to P3. He seems to have lost 2 places in the pit stops. I don't know how that happened. Gunnar currently where he started in P4. Spreaders P5 up to Robbo down 1 at the moment. And that's long first stint he did on the mediums to switch to the softs. Didn't really work because of the safety car. It would have been interesting to see if he could have fought his way back up a bit. He looked good in the early stages of the race. He looked like he had the pace to be with the front guys. Sure, what's going on there? Almost looked like Scott was giving Robbo a bit of a come on, get up onto the back of the pack. And Big D is back in the pits. The 2 Ferraris pitted last lap, so I'm not sure why he's had to pit again. Unless the game's put him on the wrong tyres. Did he drop out the session earlier on? got a feeling, didn't Big D? Yeah, I think Big D dropped out the session earlier on, so I bet it put him on a set of softs that he used in qualifying. I wouldn't even be massively surprised if it's done it again to him, because the game likes to do that to people when they've dropped out the session. In comes Dark Lord again. Camera off, blocked by teammate Pitton. Oh, yeah. Ah, revokes. You've got a very good point, because I did point out the fact that Franz Piper pitted, and if any of the front guys had stayed out, he'd have found himself a lap down, didn't I? And of course he's a Haas, so no, you're absolutely right. That must be what happened. Oh, who needs a co-commentator when you're in the chat, revokes? Helping me out. I just say well, it looks to me like Dark Lord's going to catch the back of the queue in a way. There's the confirmation though. Look, it hasn't waited for him. It was going to come in this lap regardless. So, but he will make the back of the pack. It's made the call quite early, so they're going to be slowed right down. Everybody, of course, will be back to 100% ERS. I'm kind of hoping none of you saw the penalties when I accidentally brought them up, because thanks for votes. Right then, let's have a look. Is he gone? He has, isn't he? Yep, he's gone. I love this view when they all come around the final corner in a line. It's not be closer. We have the top three in the championship separated by just 18 points, which is less than a P2, guys. In fact, I think it's less than a P3 now I think about it, but that is all they're separated by, these three, and they are 1, 2, 3 on track. Now Shrek had the whole of the first stint where he was in third place, and in that horrible sort of way, he just couldn't do anything from there. He couldn't get past second. We also had DRS, so now he finds himself in the golden place in P2. Look at Kamarov, he's already showing that I'm... Oh, I'll tell you what, it looked to me like he caught one of the yellow sausage curves there, Cammy. That could have been a disaster. But yeah, I don't forget for any second Kamarov was considering a move at any point there. I think that was almost like he was saying, just so you know, I'm here. And look at this, they're both going to get cancelled. Gunner's there as well. Gunner's having a look around the outside. He's a little late to the party though, so he's not going to get it done this lap. He's still there though. He's still there. All battling. We've got a yellow flag, and that looks to me like Franz. No, I don't think it was Franz. Oh, it's one of the Red Bulls. It was Davis. He's dropped down to P16, and everybody's channel points are in danger. Everybody's channel points are in danger as one of the Red Bulls drops to P16. Mind you, almost everybody ahead of him and directly ahead of him, apart from Fatal actually, everybody else directly ahead of him got penalties, so he might end up there, you never know. We've got this top three. I don't often stick with the top guys, but I think I might be doing just that. It's the end of this race. Unless something obvious like a yellow flag or something takes me away from it, because these guys, these top three guys, obviously Gunnar is actually a reserve, but having a fantastic race. But does have a penalty. Spreader, he's just he may not be fighting for a championship this season, but he still shows that he's still the best of the rest, sort of thing. He's always competitive. I have to say, if Robbo's picked up a penalty, if Robbo hadn't picked up a penalty, he'd definitely be in my picture for driver of the day today. He's my rule always is if a driver finishes the race with a penalty, then I don't award them driver of the day, so he won't be getting it. But yeah, he's I think Robbo's had a fantastic race, and I've been very, very impressed with his speed. I've also been incredibly impressed with Scott tonight. Scott has shown a gigantic improvement. Perhaps he just loves the track. That can happen sometimes. Some drivers just have tracks that they're much better at, quite simply because they love it so much. I actually am going to just drop it. Oh, no, actually, let's just watch him down to the turn 1. But I do want to drop down, guys, to Scott and Robbo, because Robbo had dropped out of the 1 second, and Scott says thank you very much. And these guys that have pitted to softs, I still think they're going to struggle. We got 3 laps to go, and I bet those softs are already feeling the pinch. I know most of those laps have been under safety car, but they won't be feeling brand new. Let's put it that way. Just not a good race tire around here. It's too hot, too dusty, too, I don't know, middle of a desert basically. So the soft's just not very good around here. And Vice has dropped to P15. What's happened to Vice? Perhaps something happened between him and Davis. Perhaps that was the yellow flag. I don't know. I don't know is the honest truth. I'm sure he wasn't that far down on the restart. Yeah, revote. So, do you know what? I mean, it's hard not to right now. I think he's had a great drive. Spread's had one of those quiet drives where he's just got on with it, and he has impressed me. He's probably going to finish 4th. But mind you, if Shrek was to go on and hold this and win this race, I hate to say it, but Cammy's going to look to do one of his usual... Oh, look at Gunnar! Gunnar goes up the inside of Axel. Now, Gunnar has a penalty, so ultimately Axel's going to get that place back. But it just prevents Axel from attacking the other 2 championship rivals. You know, I hate to see it, and I don't mean anything against Cammy here, but do you know what? At the moment, every inch of my being wants Shrek to win this race. I want him to hold this and win this, because it would be great for the championship. It will be so tight, and we are heading into the sort of the twilight of this championship. But yeah, revokes. Look, even since it's got past Robbo's dropped another place to Dystopian, but Scott's pulled away from them. Dystopian's just nipped back into the 1 second of him, but it's really hard, because I really want to give it to Scott because of his performance, but oh dear. The other Williams, though, right at the wrong time. Something's happened for Atkins, and he drops down to P15. Just as one Williams is in with a shout for driver of the day, something happens to the other. It seems so often to have been the case in this season for Williams. When one driver does well, something happens to the other driver. It's just been like that as Spreader gets out of Gunnar as well. So Gunnar lost out there to Axel and Spreader. But it has Gunnar getting ahead of Axel. It's dropped Axel back. Look, he's 3 seconds off of Shrek now. As we've got yellow flags, and I think it is Davis again. Davis drops to P17. It's a horrid restart for him. and for Red Bull, and for everybody that put the channel points on yes. But in a way, we are heading to the final corner. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Kamarov has got past. Can't believe I missed that. So sorry, guys, that I missed that. And Shrek, no, he can. Just doesn't have the battery. So Kamarov wins in Qatar. Shrek takes P2, Axel P3. The championship leaders, the championship battlers are all on the podium. Spreader in a brilliant P4. Gunnar P5. Scott just outstanding tonight. And do you know what? Do you know what, Revokes? I think because Shrek didn't get the win and he finished P2, I think if he'd have got the win, I would have given Shrek driver of the day. But with him finishing P2 in the end, I think Scott deserves it 100%. That's the best race I've ever seen him have, and it's penalty free. So in my eyes, I think he deserves it. So Scott is my driver of the day for Qatar. But ultimately, there will be a vote in the Discord to see if you guys agree with that. The Game Awards driver today to KZA, that generally goes on the most positions gained. So here is the podium, but we're not going to watch that really. So there you go, to shake hands, let him lift his trophy, and then we'll there we go, Kamarov with his win. So there we go, Kamarov P1, Shrek P2, Axel P3. Let's get Cammy in. And Axel I can get in, but I can't get Shrek in, unfortunately. So yeah, I've got to do. Oh, he's not on yet. Okay. In a way, so Spreader was P4, Gunnar 5, Scott P6 in driver of the day. Just say Gunnar took fastest lap as well, 123.187. Robbo P7 in the end. KZA up to 8 from 18 from the grid. Fantastic performance from him. Dystopian P9, Big D P10, Dre 11, Fatal 12, then Vice in 13th, Theo 14th, Davis 15th in the end, Dark Lord 16th, Franz 17th, Atkins in 18th, Gumba 19th, and Dark Mark, unfortunately the only non-finisher. Oh, sorry to the admins, I can't get the instance for you because it's blank for some reason. Did that last night as well. Okay, there we go. Cammy, thanks for joining, buddy. I'm just looking to see if Axel's name pops up on the friends list. Oh, that's good. Yeah, sorry. When I ain't got co-coms, I forget to do it. Here we go. There you go. Party audio. Should be able to do it now, man. Yeah, he's not showing online for me, Axel. Oh, cool. Alright then. Yes, for you then.
No, he wasn't.
Lovely.
I just invited him anyway.
Oh, cool. Alright, thank you. And obviously Shrek, unfortunately, we're still not in a position to invite him, so but that's okay. Okay, I guess Axel, we start with you this week. So P3 in the end, buddy, but a really hard fought battle between you, Cammy, and Shrek all the way through. Just give us your thoughts on the race. Really, it was a good race.
Yeah, I mean, took pole. The pace was, I don't know. I just felt like camera was so much quicker in the middle sector, but yeah, I mean, it was good enough to keep up. And then on the pit, me and camera undercutted everyone and probably used all of our ERS to try and get out of the ERS and all that. I unfortunately failed, and then I had no ERS left, and then there was a safety car, of course. And
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, I'm just gonna pit on my used mediums, but I had obviously used them already a little bit, so yeah, I had a slight disadvantage, and they were just quicker than me in the end.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and then I think at the end there, I think Gunnar nipped ahead of you up the inside into turn one, with the DRS down the straight, and then obviously that probably held you up a little bit. So by the time you were back past him, they were 3 seconds up the road. So that sort of stopped any fight. But you still, you're still taking a podium, and in terms of the championship, that's very important. Um, but it's gonna close you all up again, isn't it? It's getting a bit tight at the top of
Ten,
that
10 points
table.
between me and Cameron now, I think.
Excellent. So there we go. So, but yeah, I mean, it was still a really good race from you, though, Axel. You didn't. I don't think you did anything wrong as such. It was just one of those things. It's ended up with those two on the top two steps, but you still drove a very good race. So well done, man.
Thanks.
Obviously, I would usually speak to the P2 driver next, but can't do that because it's Shrek. So Shrek, if you're listening out there, congratulations on P2. I was rooting for you. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I was rooting
fucking
for
Xbox
you.
account as well, so you can do these.
Yes, absolutely. I want to hear what you sound like. um, right, Cammy, P1. Again, much the same to say to you, really. It was a really good battle all the way through, the three of you. The safety car brought you all back together because the pit stops did separate you all a bit. But how did you lose positions in the safety car? By the way, was your teammate in the pits?
Yeah, friends. Even though he'd gone like maybe 5 seconds before I'd got in there, it just held me for a couple of seconds, which meant that I was behind Shrek and Axel, which I wasn't very happy about.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, in the end, it didn't matter. But I mean, the first stint was just qualifying for a start off fucking invalid at turn 3. That was something. But yeah, I mean, we were pretty close all the way through, and yeah, as Axel said, I felt like I had a little bit more pace than him in the middle sector, so I didn't really have to use a lot of ERS. I was on 100% when we pitted, and I saw Spread pit the lap before and came out in clean air, so
Yeah.
or relative clean air, and so I thought I'd go for it as well, and had to use pretty much all of my ERS getting past Dre. Did a good job of defending, but got there and got back in the DRS of Axel as well, and then neither of us, I think, had any, and just it was going to be basically who could save the most from there. I was lifting and coasting, ready for the last lap, but yeah, it was obviously you had the safety car, and then a good the turn one with all four of us about 2 cars widths apart was pretty hectic, but kept it
Yeah.
clean. It was good racing, and yeah, I enjoyed it, and it was a good fight with Shrek on the last lap as well. So
Yeah. It's nice to see Shrek out. So we've seen yourself and Axel quite a lot this season battling away, but to see all three of you tonight was really nice to see all three of you battling away. Sort of felt for Shrek a little bit because he's stuck in that third position in the first stint. There was nothing he could do. I mean, he's just sat there, thinking, I'll
yeah,
just keep 100% ERS and just hope they make a mistake or something because there's nothing he could do. So ultimately, in the end, he goes for the opposite. You guys pit, so he stays out. I can remember in previous one race in particular, he tried undercutting you, and a safety car came out after he pitted. And
yeah, I
when he goes the
remember.
other way rounds, he ends up getting undercut by about 4 seconds or something
Yeah,
stupid like that. It's
get caught up in traffic with Spread as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I do feel a bit for him, but it's um but then at the end there, I did check both your ERS, and you had a bit of an advantage, but you did have some. So I thought he might be able to hold you
he
off,
was good
but
on the straight, Shrek. I'm not gonna lie. All race, I felt like he was pretty quick on them. I don't know what wings he was running, but it felt
What
like
did you
he
use,
was.
Cameron?
I was 48, 42,
And you were one click lower
something like
than
that.
me on both.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly. I think it was 48, 42, but somewhere around there.
I know I used 50-44 the other night. I raced here on Wednesday, so I used
Hmm.
50-44. Um, but yeah, yeah.
I've never,
What
I've
about?
never done a league race on there before, so.
Well, in that case, even more poignant. The next question for you guys then. So I just wanted to ask what you think of the track. Do you enjoy it?
I love it. I love driving it. It's
Yeah,
great. I like battling on it. It's good. It's just nice to drive as well, and you can follow pretty closely. Even though it's quite high speed, I felt like I could stick behind Axel by about 2/10 in sector 1, sector 2, and be pretty okay.
cool. What about you, Axel?
This track,
Yeah,
yeah, I love it. I mean, the tire wear is brutal, but yeah, it's really nice.
in the build up to the race, I sort of said I think it's fast becoming a driver's favourite. This track, it's relentless and it's it's unforgiving, but it's just brilliant at the same time. It's brilliant. It's
Just
just a
feel like I
brilliant
can really
layout. And
push with it. I don't know
yeah,
if it's my setup that's quite stable or whatnot, but the car feels really planted and on rails going around it. It just feels really nice.
yeah, yeah. No, I agree. Just a great track, but don't use softs around here. My God,
No,
they
Robbo,
die.
don't do that.
I couldn't believe he did that. Honestly, he was. Do you know what? He was flying. He almost made the battle between you guys a
Yeah,
four
he
car
did.
battle in the first
Yeah.
stint. He was really close, but
Where did
yeah,
Robo end up?
yeah.
Sorry?
Oh, sorry. Where did he end up?
Yeah.
I think it was P7 in the end. I think he
Oh,
ended
okay.
up. But yeah. Um, other than that, yeah, well done to Gunnar as well, who had a really good reserve drive. I can't remember exactly where he ended up. I think it might have been fifth. After a penalty, Spreader got promoted to fourth, so what on a spread. The outcome of the prediction, unfortunately, guys, I do apologise, but it's a no. So the 2% and 460 channel points win it over the 98% and 18.6 thousand channel points.
What was the bet?
So the prediction tonight was will both Red Bulls finish in the top 10? And
Davies
unfortunately,
didn't.
Davis, something happened to him and dropped him right to the back in that last stint. So unfortunately, Davis didn't. So it's a no. Sorry, guys. Say bye bye to the channel points. Um, there we go. That's that done. Driver of the day tonight. Look, if Shrek had won that race, he was 100% getting it. But with him not winning it, I've decided it's got to be Scott. Scott finished P6 and drove
Finished
magnificently
P6.
all the way through.
Damn.
Yeah, he drove
He had pace
brilliantly
around
all the way
yesterday.
through. He really did. He made his way past plenty of people, and got away from them, which is quite impressive. So
Mm.
not easy to do. So yeah, no, he was superb tonight and fully deserves it. So we'll see if he gets voted in the Discord as well. But other than that, guys, that is Friday night. Do either of you know which track we're at next week?
Bahrain.
Bahrain. Love it.
Bahrain. Ooh, it's one of my favourites. But
Yeah.
I'm not driving it. So what do you guys think?
Amazing.
You love it, okay?
Yeah.
Cammy.
It's a bit of a meh track for me. I used to really like it on the 21 game, but I just, yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
amazingly quick around there. I'm not really slow. I really like to drive it. I don't hate it, so it's just, yeah.
yeah, yeah. The only thing that strikes me is it's like some of the other tracks on this year's game. It's become one of those where it's really hard to break anybody out of the DRS. And
It's
ultimately,
impossible.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
those
And,
kind
and
of tracks suck.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's after
Austria.
well, it's like after season
Yeah.
now, isn't it? I really hope next year they downplay the DRS a bit, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, we're about miles off of that. So, anyway, guys, all right then. So we'll see you for Bahrain next Friday at 8:30. Other than that, guys, I will. Well, actually, I won't promise this, but I might be back on Sunday for another stream because HRF1 are on a break week. I have been asked to do another Discord's race. However, I joined the Discord at about 6:30 last night. I said hello to everyone, and I still haven't had a reply, so I might just leave. So we'll see. But anyway, if I am about, I will see you on Sunday. If not, it'll be Tuesday for WAOF1 at 8 p.m. Other than that, guys, have a lovely weekend. Good night, God bless, and I'll see you soon.